Cuba, a country that President Trump said he expects to have the honor of taking, as he put it yesterday, adding today that the U.S. will be doing something about Cuba very soon. Meanwhile, the U.S. cut off Cuba's access to Venezuelan oil, and since then, the country has seen rolling blackouts and protests, too. Reporter Juan Paulup is in Havana with more. Juan, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. Here in Havana, there is little fuel left. Transportation is limited, and very few public services are available.
And now, once more, no power across the island. The nationwide blackout yesterday is still keeping much of the country in the dark. In a nation used to hardship, Cubans say the situation has never been worse. Hundreds of protesters have taken to the streets in Havana and in cities like Moron, where last Friday demonstrations turned violent.
We'll be doing something with Cuba very soon.
Meanwhile, President Trump is ramping up the pressure, stating that it would be an honor to take over Cuba.
On the island, Tony, many are just pleading for an end, whatever comes next.
Juan, thank you very much. Cuba, a country that President...
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother, Bahayar or War, coming from Tulsa, Oklahoma, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Ra Kadash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue, it's the correct names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living in truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Here we go, Yahshua, once again. The devil is moving. They got great movement going on. So Babylon the Great, aka America, now says they want to take Cuba. That's them devils trying to buy themselves some time. They already took Venezuela. Now they're going to pick on Cuba and take their resources. Why? Because they've been cut off by Iran over there in the Strait of Hormuz. So this devil just trying to buy himself some time, y'all. You know his time is short. He's really shooting himself in the foot, as I can see. You know, the Lord got this devil in a trick bag. And when I talk about the devil, I'm talking about Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the white nation. They are completely in straits right now. Completely, like, straight, I mean, in a trick bag. So they can no longer bully anybody that can fight with them. So what do they got to do? They got to pick on little countries. And this has been like a media blackout, because Cuba been in the dark, look like for some months. And the mainstream media is not talking about it. The only time I heard about it is on TikTok. And the brothers bringing the lessons out. The only time I heard about Cuba. But then we got a lot of Jakes. When I say Jakes, that's short for Jacob, talking about Israelites. It's a lot of Israelites in Cuba. So right now they're experiencing Jacob's trouble. It's lights out, it's dark. Women probably getting ravished. People probably getting their goods stole. We are right here at the end of Esau Edom's rulership, Yasharala. And with them being in the dark, because you already know Esau had something to do with it, he's looking to go ahead and just take the country over and take the rest of their resources. That way he can keep Babylon the Great up until they're ready to go ahead and crash the petrodollar and come with the MOTB system. So when I see moves like this, it lets me know that Esau ain't set up quite yet. So he'll do things to buy himself some time. Because the devils really think they can win. They think this MOTB, when I'm talking about MOTB, I'm talking about the mark of the beast, they think that's going to be their victory. So they have to be very precise and they have to be very technical when they roll this thing out. You know, me and my Ak Dewar was having a real good conversation on how we think this devil going to roll it out. Because you can see all the moves, the major plays. You can see that's why all this war is happening right now. His time is short. He has to start World War III. The devils got to go for it. And I think they ain't set up like they thought they would be. Shalakia. They're getting a lot of hiccups. Because this is a very big, elaborate plan. When you're trying to microchip the whole world, that's not something easy to do. And it's really not going to work. You know, you can't tell Esau that, but that's what he thinks. And then this could also kick off World War III. Let me get I think I got an article on that. Because look, Russia says it supports Cuba after Trump says he will take the Communist Republic. So, I mean, they said they'd protect Venezuela and took Venezuela. So we'll see if Russia's going to protect Cuba or if they're going to let Babylon Great America take it. You know, it's to be seen. If not, if Russia decides to defend Cuba, that'd be Ezekiel the 38th chapter. That'd be Russia, you know, Gog and Magog being a guard unto them. So this could very well kick off World War III. You know, I'm gonna stay locked in on that and we'll see. But I want to get this precept right here, because why is Esau taking Cuba? The quick answer is he needs those resources to extend his enterprise. Because this dude just got cut off over there in the Strait of Hormuz. He got cut off. They thought that they was going to roll on the Iranians real easy. And now Esau's starting to see he bit off more than he can chew. That wasn't easy. Now he got to pivot. You know how they say move around or pick another target? That's what Esau's doing. Okay, I can't bully that person. I'm going to go bully this person. And they're doing it for this reason right here. This is Psalms 49:11. The inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So they're talking about Esau, Edom. The inward thought of them is that their house should continue forever. Esau trying to rule forever. And how you know it's talking about Esau, Edom? Because he said they call their lands after their own names. America is by a Italian merchant, Amerigo Vespucci. And then Africa is named after a Roman general, Scipico Africanus. So they do call their lands after their own names. They do that. Europe is after, I think, what's it, a Greek god named Europa? Something like that. You know, but after the countries they conquered, they name them after them. So this is talking about Esau. And then Esau is making all this activity because he's trying to keep that rulership. If he can put a microchip in every body of every Israelite, that means he wins. He checkmates Yahushua. But we know through the scriptures, and you can just plainly see it too, that that's not going to happen, man. You can tell it's some Israelites that's not going to go for that. Everybody's not going to get chipped up. So therefore, Esau's not going to win. And I'm just looking at this devil like, you got to be a special type of stupid to think you're going to fight a power that made the sun, moon, and the stars. And this devil actually think he can win. That's how ignorant he is. That's how dumb they are. These devils is dumb. I'm like, bro, you trying to fight that type of power? Good luck with that one, homie. You know, you can't even beat some Iranians. You can't even beat them. But you think you gonna fight angelic power? That's why I don't even talk to Edomites, man. They are a special type of stupid. The only people dumber than them are 2/3 Jakes, because they're up under Esau, so they're even dumber. So this devil here, he's looking to take Cuba in the dark. He's ravishing Cuba right now. And I look at this too, y'all, as a game plan for what they're gonna do over here in Babylon the Great. If these American people start rioting and protesting and really start winning, Esau is gonna cut the lights out. It'll be a straight blackout, no power. He'll make some excuse. Oh, we got cyber attacked. You know, everything is set up for him to do that. And the public will believe that. So don't think, oh, they over there, they stuffing in Cuba. That'll never happen over here. It's gonna happen over here. It's a matter of when. So with that being said, the best thing we should be doing is seeking the Lord, staying prayed up, because things is gonna get really, really testy when the lights go out. Like your spirit, your mental gotta be ready to handle that. We're about to go into Jacob's trouble. Matter of fact, let me go get that. They had a movie called Leave the World Behind, where they showed that. So this Jeremiah 30:7 says, the last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's why we serve the Lord with such, fervent, that fervent spirit. We serve the Lord because we want to be the latter end of that scripture, man. We want to be saved out of it, of Jacob's trouble. We want that standard lifted. We want that spiritual power so we can protect the hopeful elect. Because these devils is about to make their move, man. They are cooked. I mean, even where they squirm, you're going to see they're done. So I'm looking for him to throw a hissy fit, man. Go crazy. Cut the gas off. I heard they ain't got no gas in Cuba and no lights. And I think some of them ain't got no water either. So they over there in like a straight, I wouldn't even say a third world country, man. He sort of knocked them all the way down to like, they on some caveman stuff. And with that type of of conditions. Imagine all the crime running rampant. Then Esau got his agent provocateurs in there too, riding and destabilizing the country so it'd be an easier takeover. Because that's how they get down. They send in their agent provocateurs first to create a bunch of strife and confusion, and then they come with their military and they just take all the resources. So whatever Cuba got, it looked like America about to get it. Now we'll see. Because if Russia bring in some stuff, it'd be like, man, no, you don't. I had enough of your stuff. I'm about to bang on you. World War III could start right there at Cuba. And we can see that. So we're definitely in the times of wars and rumors of wars. So that's why I be looking at Jake like, y'all in the spirit of Murph, and it's about to go down. Because, you know, Jake don't pay attention. Because this is not on mainstream news. You know, 2/3 don't pay attention to geopolitical issues. But us in the truth, we do. Especially as prophets, because we report right to the body like, man, look what's going on. These devils about to make a move. They're calling out in the media they're going to take another country. They calling it out. So we're going to see if that happens. You know, they could get it. They could not. You know, we'll see. But I just know it's leading to that tension, man. It's leading to that World War III coming to a climax. And why is all this activity happening? Because Esau Edom's time is short. He ain't got that much longer to go. We can all see Yahushua's about to enter this atmosphere again. You got meteors going off. I think a meteor already went off in Ohio. And that we don't even know if that was a meteor. It just went off. I'm like, ain't y'all got radars and all this little stuff y'all brag about? Where was that at? Y'all didn't give people no warning? So ain't no telling what went off in Ohio. You know, all the stuff that Esau Edom got going on. And the Lord is bringing that heat. So I think I'm going to end off this right here. I do want to do a quick short lesson to bring some attention to Cuba. Since the devils say they want to take it next. And see, the whole world's watching that too. You already done took Venezuela. So if you take Cuba too, like, how do you think other countries are going to react to that? They see Babylon the Great is on his deathbed and over here taking up small countries. Because after you take Cuba, what you going to do next? You going to take another Latin country? You going to take a country in Africa? What you going to do after that? I remember this devil was even talking about taking Greenland at one point in time. That was his ally stuff. That's why they're not helping him now. They said they put the worst of the worst dude in office. And I don't believe he's running nothing anyway. Netanyahu was running the show, but this dude, this is how you know it's getting thick, Yahshua. Netanyahu is nowhere to be found. They don't know where he at. They don't know if he alive or if he dead. They don't know where he at. That dude done took off. He ran. Why did he run? Because they losing. And he don't want that smoke. So now Trump is just flying blind. He's just winging it right now. You could tell he was being a puppet. And now that his boss is gone, he has no plan. I'm like, dang, dude, you didn't leave him no cliff notes or nothing? No nothing? No smokes? I mean, you didn't leave him nothing. He up there just looking silly and stupid. And I think it's going to lead to more to war. Because a dude like that left by himself, that's all he going to do. All he can do is swing that sword. And here go Revelation 12:12 says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devils come down unto you having great wrath. That's why I tell you, he's going to throw a hissy fit. The devil going to be mad because he knows that he had but a short time. So Esau's about to get a lot of activity involved, y'all. They might up the ice, cut the lights out over here, cut the gas off, the water off. And I'm going to just speculate through the spirit right now. I think when the public starts really questioning him and really like doing violent protests, because right now they be doing peaceful protests, that stuff Esau ain't worried about that. But when they start like really going crazy in these streets, I believe that's when they'll just like Trump will just cut everything off. Because that's the best way to quell a protest or a riot. Because these people depend on the system to get the water, electric, the gas. They depend on that. Esau just cut it off. And then it's so set up to where he can cut it off and then say, oh, Iran did that. They did this. That's why y'all should give me more money to go for the war. See what they did? And, you know, the public, especially Edomites, they'll buy that. Oh, yeah, see? So, expect this devil to come down with great wrath, man. Expect people to keep eating the missiles and they shoot missiles back and forth. Because I want to see if Russia going to really come to Cuba's aid and fight. China can jump on Taiwan at any minute. USA is occupied right now. They could take Taiwan back. That's another war that'll happen. And it's just really going down right now, Yasharala. So, you know, with that being said, you know, I hope it's been edifying. I hope it's been informative. I want to say Kwam Yasharala. Hey, and stay locked in, because your house shot's quickly on the way. Shalom.